What's going on, everybody? Yours truly here, and today I wanted to talk about a new game mode that 2K should really consider adding in NBA 2K20. Now you're probably wondering, why are we talking about NBA 2K20 and NBA 2K19 has only been out for about 2 months? Well, it's never too early to talk about new game modes that 2K can implement within their games, and if it doesn't make this next one, then it can always be added in future ones to come. Now with that being said, let's get into the video, and the game mode that I feel like 2K should add, if you don't know by now, would be an all-time Legends game mode. Now this game mode isn't necessarily brand new because we've seen a game mode similar to this on NBA 2K12, but we haven't seen a game mode like that since hopping over to the Xbox One and PS4. Now for those of you who don't know, NBA 2K12 had a game mode called NBA's Greatest, where in there you was able to play as up to 15 Hall of Famers and relive historic games that happened in the past. Now with this game mode, no matter who you choose, there wasn't any set objectives that you had to do. You pretty much just had to win the game. But no matter who you choose, the commentary was, I would call it dynamic commentary, where they actually knew what was going on. It wasn't like a random exhibition game that you just set up. The commentators actually knew the event that was taking place. And not only that, the detail that 2K had in their past games was amazing, because if you played a classic game using old school teams, the presentation would change completely as if it were actually taking place during that time in like the 1980s and stuff like that. The colors are faded. It looks like you're actually watching it on a TV during that time. The scoreboard is different. Now on NBA 2K19, if you play a game using the classic teams, they don't have that same effect. It looks like you're watching the game on a, 4K TV. Not a big deal, I know, but the details matter. Now, earlier I said that in NBA 2K12, when you relived these historic moments, all you had to do was win the game. There was no set objectives, which is going to take me back to NBA 2K11. In NBA 2K11, we had the Jordan Challenge, where you relive some of Jordan's historic moments. And in those games, you didn't just have to win it, you had to complete a set of listed objectives. Like, for example, score 55 points in the game, or like the Shrug, score 35 points and hit 6 threes in the first half. Now, if you're controlling the whole team, it's gonna be weird to have to do these kind of objectives with one player, but I mean, that can also be the case. You can either have team objectives or just one player objectives if 2K were to implement this type of system in NBA 2K20. Now you're probably wondering, well, these game modes sound cool, but what's the point? What do we get from them? Well, obviously if 2K were to implement these type of game modes in NBA 2K20, then of course you get VC, but not only that, you can unlock, shoes, like special type of shoes that may give you attribute boosts for your My Player. Knowing 2K, they could throw in some My Team cards. You may unlock some historic players if you play these game modes, unlock some more historic teams. The possibilities are endless, and if 2K were to add in more game modes, and especially one like this, then it just adds more to the game instead of you hopping on and playing My Career or My Park, My GM, My Team. You have more options now. And just think about it, if 2K were to add a game mode like this into the game, just think about how great they could make it with all the classic teams that they've added over the years. I mean, they have classic teams with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady and Kobe and Shaq and LeBron when he was on the Cavs when he was younger. All the historic events that they can make, they can do that if they chose to make a game mode like this. And this isn't anything new for 2K. They've done this in the past. But now, with the technology they have on the current gen consoles, they could take this game mode even further. Not only that, think about this. If NBA 2K were to implement this game mode into the game, that also encourages them to add even more classic teams into the game. One off the top of my head is that I think it was 05-06 Lakers roster where Kobe scored 81. That can be a historic event, and yes, that was just off the top of my head. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Like I said, if 2K were to add something like this in the game, it's nothing that they haven't done in the past already. They can just build on it and make it even better now. But this is definitely something that would add to the game and make it a lot more interesting if you ask me. So with that being said, if you made it this far into the video, first and foremost, thank you. It really means a lot to me. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like because it really motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. If you didn't enjoy the video, then leave a comment on how I can make it more enjoyable for others. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe because just like liking the video, it really motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. Other than that, I'm yours truly, and I will see y'all in the next one.
let my nuts hang, stupid.